One of the questions people ask is, how will working genius impact my team? Well, first thing that we will say is that on a personal level, the members of your team are going to have an immediate understanding of who they are within the context of work. They're going to have this understanding of why they feel the way they feel about certain kinds of work. Some work is energizing and some work is draining. And that is the premise of how we uncover what a working genius is, because it's not about competency, even though that's a part of it, but it's primarily about where a person finds joy and derives their energy from when it comes to work. And on that note, we're going to understand what kind of work should our team members, should we as individuals lean into and do more of, and what kind of work should we do less of? And it's not about abdicating responsibility, because every job is going to involve all six geniuses, all six activities for doing work. But it's about understanding, hey, where can we make some adjustments? Say, for example, if I can take 5 out of my bottom 2 geniuses, my what we call their frustrations, if I can take 5% and change 5% of my time there, and I add that 5% to something that I do enjoy, to my working geniuses, that's at very minimum a 10% increase in job satisfaction. Not to mention the value that comes when people are working more in their geniuses, in their sweet spots, as opposed to that time that was spent in something that's frustrating. And then we can also consider how we can tap into the diverse skill sets of each of our team members when we fully adopt the model. And so on that same example, when I'm taking something from my frustration and I perhaps give that 5% to someone on my team that loves doing that, it's in their sweet spot, then you're seeing multiple increases on different levels, and as opposed to just on that personal level. And so those are some of the benefits and impact that Working Genius is going to have with your team. A couple other ways that the Working Genius is going to bring value to your team. And its first one is simply that a shared learning experience is great for putting everyone on a level playing ground, because you go through the same content for the first time, and it just gives you that shared space of learning something brand new. And one of the things that you're going to learn is a mutual understanding for the flow of work. That's what you're going to walk away with, is all understanding that work goes through wonder, invention, discernment, galvanizing, enablement, and tenacity. And you're going to be able to then take those 6 activities and begin to use them as verbs. And in the context of conversation, you and your meetings, you're going to be able to say, hey, what activity are we in? And that's going to be so liberating for your team to have that shared permission and responsibility to identify and clarify what it is that you are doing in any given moment, any given conversation or meeting. Once you start using the language of Working Genius and using those activities as verbs and identifying, hey, what activity are we in right now? You're then going to be able to understand whether your geniuses are called for in that moment, or whether you need to hold them back and still participate, even though it's not your genius. And we call that regulating your genius. And that is a huge factor and brings a lot of clarity and understanding and even joy, even though when we're not operating in our genius, we can have that context and understanding, hey, this is not what's required or needed of me at this time, but I can still participate in that activity. And I'm just going to have to shift my mindset and work from a different angle. At the end of the day, it's you and your team who are driving the organization's vision on a daily basis. I personally believe that the Working Genius would be a huge value to you in your day-to-day work, helping you to be more effective, make better decisions, and increase the joy and satisfaction of your team members in the process of accomplishing your vision as a team. It'd be my honor to walk with you through the 6 types of Working Genius.